Music I Love on Recordings I Hate, Episode 3. Today's episode is about the Australian rock band Spy V.Spy. Or if you look on the album cover, it actually says V.Spy V.Spy. That's simply to avoid a copyright infringement with the comic in America of the same name. And the track we'll be looking at is Take It or Leave It. This particular album is the fourth studio album of the Australian rock band Spy V.Spy. The three previous albums were all exceptionally good in terms of performance and recording quality. The fourth album they were well known as a pub rock band and well known and revered for their live performances. So for the fourth album, they wanted to actually capture that live feel in a recording. So they actually ended up recording the whole album as a live single take exercise in a hall in the UK somewhere owned by Richard Branson. And whilst the quality of the songs are there, the sonic quality of the recordings suffer in the way that typical live recordings actually suffer, in terms of difficulty with leakage issues bleed between various microphones picking up things, difficulty in getting a satisfactory equalization, difficulty controlling dynamics. It's pretty much all in there. So it's got a typical live album feel to it without having the well-controlled studio album feel of their previous three albums. An interesting point to note that on reading about it, immediately or shortly after this album was completed and released, their drummer Cliff Grigg, who's also an established artist of some sort in terms of portraiture, or not so much portraiture, painting pictures, sorry. He was supposedly very dissatisfied with the sound of the drums on the recording, and as a consequence, I don't know how much it led into his decision, but he basically left the band shortly after that to pursue his art career and also do session drumming, I think, as a sort of a part-time thing. If we actually look at the track in Hubble, you will see here it has a similar mix balance to a typical grunge recording, you'd probably say, where the mid-range is hollowed out, has peaking in the guitar, peaking in the bass guitar, and as a consequence, in agreement with Cliff Grigg's opinion of it, his drumming definitely lacks the clarity, or the in terms of the rendition in the recording, the clarity of his drumming just does not shine through anywhere near the way it does in the previous three albums. Apart from that, there's no need for track splitting on this particular recording. It's fine as is. The only thing I've really done with it, as you can see, is I've leveled out the average spectrum, and the consequence of leveling that out, you can see this large spread between the average and the peak in the mid-range, and how much larger it is compared with, say, the bass end or the guitar end. And that simply stems from the dynamic of the vocal, which is much more dynamic than anything else occupying in this band. So as a consequence, I've included all these peak taming markers, which basically clamp down on that. It's essentially acting pretty much entirely on the vocals. So you see all I'm doing is taking down the peaks in each of these. Nothing amazing here. It's just controlling the dynamics. Like in some particular places there's substantial attenuation. That's about 7 dB or something. So yeah, I'm just taking the heat out of his vocal. Everything else pretty much as is. So if you actually have a listen to the track, I'll actually select this peak taming marker, because as you can see, there's a massive cut here, but I'll just select it so that when it's playing and it goes past these grey bits on the timeline, you can actually hear the absence of artifacts, even though it's cutting a lot out of his vocal.
Way